Hey guys, this is Monami Frost, and today I wanted to talk about my clothing brand, Frost Streetwear, and talk about how I started it all and how it all happened. It's a crazy story, not like so much of a crazy story, but it's really interesting and special for me. So I just wanted to share it with you guys. It all started probably all together when I started Instagram, because when I started Instagram, at first I didn't think much of it. Like, I started Instagram just posting pictures that I like to post, and I also started drawing a lot. And I wanted to start tattooing. My husband was teaching me how to tattoo and stuff, so I was drawing a lot. I did like a couple of prints of drawings, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, you should make prints." And I started making prints of my drawings and sold them online. So that went well. Had a couple of orders here and there, and like just filled them in at home. The more followers I gained, the more like just pictures of myself I was putting up. And a lot of people started asking, dude, you should do posters with your face and do signed posters and stuff like that. I was like, whoa, wait, really? Why would somebody want to buy my posters with my signature on and stuff? And then I was like, well, okay, if people are asking, so many were asking. So I started with a couple of posters I had and started selling those through my big cartel, and was doing that at home, just doing some orders, going to the post office and stuff like that. And then the more time went by and stuff like that, people were like, why don't you put these photos on t-shirt? Like, that would be really sweet. That was like a year already later or something, after I started my Instagram, I think. And people were like, come on, you should put them on your on a t-shirt. They were like really cool. There was one picture in particular that people were like, oh, I want it on a t-shirt. And that was, I think, the only photo that I did sell as a t-shirt at first. And yeah, and then like a lot of orders started coming in through my big cartel, and I was just filling them in at home. I didn't think too much of it. I was just doing it because people were asking for it, and I was like, okay, if people want it, they'll get it. Okay, I'll do it. Didn't think too much of that, like, oh, pretty cool, okay. Every morning I would wake up, pack them, and then go to the post office, and just super chill, just like any other person, like a small business owner, someone that was doing something on Etsy or something like that, you know, like super small and like small quantities kind of, I think. And yeah, I was just doing it every day. Didn't think too much of it. So I kept doing that for like a year or two, I think. Just now kind of seems like a blur, and I haven't really taken any pictures of those moments when I was like packing stuff at home. I have a couple pictures that I will put up here, but I don't have many because I didn't think too much of it. I didn't like plan it to like, oh, I'm starting a business, let's see how it starts and stuff, you know. I was just doing something. I was trying to do something with my time and being productive with it. Yeah, it just somehow built up. The more orders came in, the more. And at one point I was thinking like, oh, people started asking me like what kind of clothing I wear and stuff like that, and always asking and always saying that they love the clothing I wear. And I was thinking at that point like, oh, that would be really sweet if like I could make clothing I would want to wear myself, or that would be super cool. And that if people ask me, like, I can be like, oh yeah, that's actually like I made it and stuff, you know. That would be super sweet. And then I think I just remembered, like, actually before I was thinking what should I talk about, then I just remembered I made like bandanas as well. Like, it was bandanas, it was like pictures of my hands doing like different shapes, because like I just liked the way it looked, like the tattoos on hands, the way they looked. And it was like a bandana, yeah, it's like Monami Frost on it. And then I had like a pullover with like a full print of like my picture wearing was it a ski mask? Yeah, I was wearing a ski mask because I love that. And I had like long tank tops as well with them, and those were really cool, and I remember them. I don't even know if I have any more left, probably not, which is really a shame because I wish I had one somewhere. to remember by, but because I didn't think too much of it, I just sold every last bit of it, I think. So I didn't think to like, oh, let's save it up and then look back on it. I was just doing it because I really enjoyed it, and like any money that I would make, I would put right back into it. You know, there wasn't really money that I was really making. It was just something that I would be able to like make more stuff from it. So yeah, after all of that like started happening, I was thinking like, oh, maybe like we should make some more like t-shirts or something else. And then at that point I was like getting busier and stuff, and I was talking to my friend back in Latvia, and like she didn't have like much going on, and she was quite upset about not having like motivation and stuff to do for herself, and she just actually came and moved country for me and started helping me out with everything, and like kind of almost as at first as a personal assistant and just helping out with like all the orders and stuff. And so we thought it would be great. Still at that moment we didn't think too much of it, and she was just helping me out still at my home, like we were doing all the orders. And when she moved, I had planned like 4 more t-shirts to come out, still with my face on them and all. After that launch, or even during that launch, I was constantly thinking like, oh, I want to kind of move it away from my face and stop selling pictures with my face only on them. I want to kind of move it into like a little bit more of a brand. I didn't think too much still from it and stuff. I just wanted to create something cool. Like I said, I wanted to maybe just make clothing that I really would enjoy wearing myself. And that's how it was. We first started with those 4 t-shirts with my face and stuff, and after that went well, we decided that we're gonna do something completely not my face related, and we're gonna do just like some cool designs on like t-shirts and hoodies and pants and hats and stuff. My husband helped with the designs for this launch, and that launch went so well, and it was so exciting to see that people were happy to buy something and were happy to wear something that we created, and it was really exciting. And at that moment it kind of felt like a little bit more real, that like, yay, this is happening actually, we're like doing something. And after that launch we started thinking more about the brand that is now today FROST Streetwear. It was like then in our minds, and thinking about like moving kind of away from completely Monami Frost, my name, but still having it there, because like it's still being connected. So Frost and streetwear. Streetwear is everything that I wear all the time. I love it. I absolutely am obsessed. And that's exactly what I wanted to create. So we're like, that like sounds great. So at that point we're like, okay, this is it. And then I started designing a bunch of clothing on my laptop myself and all of that, and putting designs together with like original Frost logo, and it was super exciting to see it come to life. And yeah, and we did a lot of t-shirts actually on that launch, a lot of t-shirts, and we had like a really cool like denim jacket that I still have and I still wear all the time. And we started the Frost Streetwear Instagram account. Before that it was still all going through like my big cartel, and everything was happening through my big cartel, and still wasn't Frost Streetwear. But at that moment when we made my Instagram account and stuff, I think as well we like made like our website as well, Frost Streetwear. And I did all of that myself at home, and like it was just me, my friend Monta. We were just the 2 of us doing all of that stuff and designing. I was designing everything. She was helping me with all the packing and stuff. And it was then at one point we were like, damn, it's getting out of hand, like all the clothing and stuff, and it's getting a lot of it, and people are buying it, and we are getting more, because all I kept doing, like any money if we made something, because it's not a money-making machine making t-shirts, like I'm gonna tell you that. People so many times like ask, and they want to start, oh, I'm gonna start a brand, and they think that it's gonna just like be like that making money. No, it's like barely anything. Like it's not really nothing. So any money that we made, we again put it back and like made more clothing. The more clothing we started having, I was like, damn, this is getting quite a lot. This is a lot in my home. And then I was thinking, like, we started storing some stuff at my mom's house, at my mom's apartment. She had like a room where we could store it all and empty some space. And we started doing like some more from there, and then again started getting out of hand. But all of that happened so fast that I didn't realize like at what point like it becomes a massive business. It wasn't a massive business, but you know, at what point it becomes like really a business, rather than you just selling a t-shirt or like a artwork poster or something, as any like a lot of artists do, just from their home, like a couple of t-shirts, couple of like prints and stuff. And at what point it becomes, and that's at what point, like at that moment I was thinking, damn, like this actually like seems that it's maybe not okay anymore running it like that. So I started thinking and looking into maybe getting a space to rent. But again, like I said, you're not making really that much almost any money from just selling t-shirts and all of that. And we were worried about how are we gonna pay rent and all that, because if you get a specific place for the business, you have to get like obviously a lease for like a certain amount of time, and then make sure that you can be able to pay it. And I at no point like I ever planned all of this and all of that to even like think for a second like, oh man, like, and are we going to be able to do this or not, and what are the even finances side, are we going to be able to like make every month a certain amount to be able to pay towards rent, and like take away from like making more stuff and just pay towards rent and stuff. So you know, that was kind of like so scary to think, are we able to do that? But we took a leap and we did it, because like I was just thinking like there isn't, like for me, always the one way to go is up. Just keep going and doing, and I love doing it. So I was like, I'm not planning really on stopping, so let's see how it goes and do everything we can in our power and do our best. So we got a premises, like we got a little office space. And we moved in. I'll put some pictures up on here. We don't have much pictures, like I said, because even then when we got like office space, at that moment it did feel like, damn, this is happening. And I have like a video as well on my YouTube account as well, where I walk you through the office space. Yeah, and at that moment it started kind of getting real, that it is really happening. It's becoming like really a brand, because all the time I was like kind of like, oh, is it a brand, is it like, I wish it was, but like, you know, like, do people recognize it as a brand, or they're just like buying like t-shirts because I'm selling them and stuff. So but so many times I've got like a couple of people like sending me pictures, like seeing people on the street wearing like our stuff, and like in the airport, like even my friend saw someone, and it was so awesome. It was so cool, like you couldn't believe it, like and yeah, and that's how we got to the office space. And now in that office we have been for about 2.5 years, and we recently rented out another office space next door. Basically is the same office, it's the same floor, but like the next room. And so we have like the studio set up there. You can see, like, we still haven't showed the other office space on YouTube or anything, but you can see it on these pictures a little bit. So yeah, now we have that second space. And it's grown so much since the day when I started like with like my prints, and then started with like my posters and some t-shirts and stuff, and I was like still packing them myself and taking them to the office in the morning, every morning, and going now and looking back and being where we are now at this stage, still like super excited about making things and love every part of it. And like I love how far we've gotten. For the first 3 years or so, it was just me and my friend Monta And before that, obviously it was still just me. And now we have like another girl that works for us, Sarah, and it's all just 3 girls running that brand. And it is what it is. Like, it's crazy. It's a crazy journey, and it's super exciting. And still, all the time, I'm super excited about making like new designs and making new clothing. And I'm now like looking forward so much to so many new things that I'm like excited about and have like designed and all, and growing all the time and not stopping, as that was how it all started in the first place, not stopping. And I think we've gotten this far as well as because the reason why we were doing it, like why I was doing it, what it was all driven by just passion and love for something like clothing for me, and just creating and going forward and moving. And that's how it all happened, I guess. Not sure. It's consumed so much of my life, you won't believe. And like my husband's life, he's designing so many things for my brand as well, obviously, as you can see in the designs and everything. It's like me, my husband, we spend so much time and energy into it, and we probably don't get like much from it really, but it is exciting just to keep going, like. And that's the most important thing for me always, is just like putting everything what I can back into it, and just keep going and moving forward and doing more and getting excited. This is it. This is kind of a little story about the roots and how it's all started and how we got to where we are now, with a little bit of pictures. That was super fun. I wish I had more, but it all happens for a reason. Like, I didn't know we were gonna be here. It wasn't the plan, but we are here, and it's fun. Anyway, so yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you everybody that is supporting Frost Streetwear, that has ever bought anything from Frost Streetwear, and that loves the clothing and all of that. Like, I really appreciate so much every single one of you. You are super awesome. Thanks so much, and stay tuned for any updates from Frost Streetwear on the Instagram of Frost Streetwear. And yeah, any updates, any launches, or anything exciting that is coming up. And yeah, I will keep you guys updated. As always, I love you. I wanted to mention as well that like I may not sometimes share too much of Frost Streetwear because I don't want to overwhelm everybody. I don't want to force anyone anything. I'm just sharing what I love and don't want to seem too pushy with it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to follow Frost Streetwear for any updates. I love you guys, and see you next time. Bye.